Okay, hello everyone. Right now we are here doing the stream as of this moment. Just like I promised on 8 p.m. for there to be a stream, right now there's a stream. Well, it's okay that there's nobody today because this is this I could spoil something. Like the ban is just today. TikTok is perhaps gonna come back on 20th January once Trump gets inaugurated. However, Trump is only giving TikTok 90 days, so probably there's a high probability of TikTok being banned once again in the U.S. after these 90 days pass, and these 90 days fall on Easter, both Catholic and Orthodox Easter. But I'll give out my message later, I think on 8 p.m. I'll give a bit of time for people to load in into the stream or whatever. But I wrote on the URGC that we're going to start on 8 p.m., so I guess people might watch it either now or later. Well, it's not that important since I guess TikTok is only getting banned for one day, today actually. Actually, until the inauguration, so perhaps a bit until I think TikTok is gonna remain banned until more or less 2 p.m. ET of tomorrow. Sorry. Well, actually, like, I understand that there's nobody since, like, it was not planned. I didn't expect it either, so I guess it's alright. But I think we'll know at 20th April when, if TikTok will get banned in the US once and for all. When we know that basically it got banned for one day until tomorrow, until actually the time when Trump announces his plans regarding TikTok. And I think that's going to be at his inaugural speech in the Congress, and that's planned for 12 p.m. ET. But we know very well that law does not work backwards, so of course it won't be immediately like so that the verdict of the that the verdict of the highest court is going to be canceled, but it's going to take a while until Trump is going to confirm about these 90 days. And these are 90 days in which TikTok has to sell itself to a non-Chinese company. But most likely that won't happen, and people are already migrating to Red Note. However, TikTok is getting unbanned on 20th January. However, it might be unbanned only until 20th April. So in 4 minutes, I'll give out my message regarding the matter. Well, I'll repeat it anyway because there will be Vlogs Bulletin on 31st January or 1st February. I don't know when exactly it should be, but since it should be once per month, it will be just done on 1st of Feb. It will be just done on 31st January. Or should I just give out the message now? Because it doesn't matter since there's nobody. And the next event is planned on 15th February anyway, so. Well, this time I hope Perlidan is gonna be active in those events. Because at least other people, maybe they're silent, but at least they don't notoriously tell to me that they will, that they have guests or whatever, you know. Because with them, I understand that they just might be less active, but with that guy, I think he just wants to avoid it. And I think personally, if he has a problem with coming, he can just leave. Because nobody's keeping him with force. In fact, Malik and all of his other friends, which are not necessarily which were not coming whatsoever, or rarely coming, they were just thrown out from the citizens list. I mean, they're still on the server, but they'll, for example, not have voting rights. I mean, like with some of them, I was not able to contact them anyway, so. But, like, for example, JLX, like, he got thrown out because he does not communicate with us whatsoever. He should tell us straight what's his problem. Jaguar can tell me what's his problem. And JLX cannot. And I understand that JLX is 4 years younger than Jaguar. But come on. If a 19-year-old guy, now 20-year-old guy, hold up. Nie, jaką całą godzinę? Pospałaś. Nie, mamo, proszę cię, ja przysięgam. W zasadzie 19 zaczęłam. No i no, powiedzmy trochę zrobiłem tego, ale przecież ja cię nie oszukuję. Ale wiesz, że ja cię nie oszukuję. Zresztą wiem, gdyby nie słuchał, przecież dobrze wiesz, że gdy nie słucham, to mam po prostu pogorszenie sytuacji, więc słucham. All right, beginning of punctually the message on what in at 8 p.m. So guys, so what we know is that TikTok got banned for 1 hour, I mean for one day, until 20th January. This is not really a big success. And maybe Biden should have remained president so that the verdict remains. However, my friends, this is not the loss. This is the victory because basically Trump only gave 90 days. So perhaps on 20th April we'll receive the best Easter present, which means Charlie D'Amelio and the rest of this TikTok horde going to normal job and understanding the struggles of the normal human. Because they need to understand that we also have our struggles. They need to understand how normal human has to put all their struggles, how they barely function. Meanwhile, all the OnlyFans agents and drug sellers, they buy the fourth car as it was in the meme. And people can say, well, you're also a bad person if you don't do anything, and like being nice is not enough, blah, blah, blah. Guys, for real. Being poor is not caused by being a lazy person. Many of the capitalism supporters say that you're poor because of your mistakes. Not always, my friends. Of course, there are people who are unemployed and don't want to work whatsoever. But there are people who are employed and are poor. And you guys might say, well, capitalism is freedom, right? Capitalism is freedom. Well, guys, truth is that both capitalism and communism aren't successful ideologies. Because capitalism is exploitation by corporations, and communism is exploitation by the government. And if we had, I'd say, fascism or third way or whatever you call it, we won't have any of these. The man would be strong. And my friends, I hope that the ban of TikTok in the US is going to end degeneracy once and for all, and that other countries will go alongside the US and will make this decision to ban this application once and for all, and to ban all its alternatives so that people don't go to alternatives. The youth deserves actual influence, actual influencers, good influencers, and not such people as Charlie D'Amelio, as various OnlyFans models, as various porn stars like Mia Khalifa. But if I'm correct, Mia Khalifa has admitted that she is doing wrong and she had stopped it. But there are many bad influencers, and they still remain in the year 2025. There are many bad influencers in Poland that she'll be sitting in jail right now, or she'll be already in the sand, as we say in Polish, meaning death. Although wishing others death is a sin. But guys, sometimes capital punishment is necessary, and I'll defend it, regardless of how much people will say it's wrong, how it's anti-Christian, and what's pro-Christian. That pedophiles walk on the street freely? That pedophiles sit in jail from our taxes? No, it's not fair. It's not fair. People say that everyone deserves to live. Well, not everyone. If you violate someone's right to live by rape, by pedophilia, or whatever it is, your life should be taken. Because if you cannot respect the life of other people, you shouldn't have this life. You shouldn't be in the world. You shouldn't be amongst the living. Maybe. Maybe God will forgive rapists and pedophiles. And in general, all the bad influencers that could be sent to death penalty. But we, the world, cannot let them live. And people might say, well, God is the one who is supposed to give justice. But God is not responsible for death penalties. And someone might say, for example, that we should let them live so that maybe they change. No, guys. There are people who will never come back to the society. If they will change, they shall change in the afterlife, but not change at the cost of taxpayers, at the cost of the prison staff, at the cost of anyone. It should happen in the afterlife. And period. And no discussion. No discussion regarding the matter. Never. And my friends, at the end, I want to wish you that all the countries are going to take the same course. And that influencers will be harshly punished for what they've done. Maybe not death penalty immediately because it's only for the worst crimes. But work camps could be alright. Because it will be used for both for motherland, for fatherland, and also their minds. They'll finally understand that they've done messed up stuff. And that right now, in the work camps, they'll be repenting for what they've done. For many people, work camps is a sign of Nazism, is a sign of totalitarianism. But for me, it's a sign of normality. It's a proper way of punishment and not jail. What jail? Jail? It's fundraised from the taxpayers. Of course, there are people who deserve to go to jail and not immediately to the work camp. But guys, even if so, jail people in jail should work for their clothes, for their cell, to pay rent for their cell, etc. You know what I mean, guys. Okay, guys, thank you very much for today. On 31st January, we'll do Blogs Bulletin. And on 15th February, we'll do the stuff that I will mention in the Union of Reblot that I'll mention in this Blogs Bulletin. Thank you, guys, and see ya. And fatherland or death.